you. And here to dissect the seismic development is Mike Davis, founder of the Article 3 Project. Mike, before we get into what the Democrats are saying about this, I want to walk through the process here. Who would be your first witness before this grand jury?
Well, I don't know if they're going to participate. They'll probably claim the Fifth Amendment, but you'd have someone like Brennan, Clapper, Comey. There are a lot of people. Hillary Clinton's campaign, Hillary herself. There is evidence that a lot of President Obama's top officials, maybe even President Obama himself, politicized and weaponized law enforcement and intel agencies to harm President Trump's campaign and help Hillary Clinton's campaign. And they continued this conspiracy to this day. They hobbled his presidency, and they have continued this conspiracy. So now, there are a lot of potential witnesses.
Now, CNN has a big story tonight, essentially saying what Rich Edson just related, that nothing that was released by Gabbard in these documents indicate anything contrary to the idea that Russia was trying to help Donald Trump and hurt Hillary Clinton. That's what they're maintaining throughout this entire thing, basically shrugging off the DNI as just, you know, this is just political hot air to try to help Trump now. Your reaction to that?
I think that is a distraction by these lawfare Democrats. They know they face serious legal jeopardy, the most serious legal jeopardy you can face, including a criminal indictment. So I would say to these lawfare Democrats, if you have nothing to worry about, why are you lawyering up?
Well, at this point, would you expect some lower level staffers at the White House or at the FBI or in the intel community who knew what was going on to try to cut a deal if approached, or, you know, as we've seen in many other cases like this, perhaps themselves, they're fearing they're in legal jeopardy here? Isn't that the way this might proceed, given the fact that all these, you know, the big dogs are going to, you know, say no, Fifth Amendment?
That's exactly right. You're going to see Attorney General Pam Bondi, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, FBI Director Kash Patel, maybe Harmeet Dillon, the head of the Civil Rights Division, working with a U.S. Attorney's Office or several U.S. Attorney's offices. We have to step back and remember this. This is the greatest scandal in American history. You had one administration politicize and weaponize intel agencies and law enforcement to go after his political opponents, including and continued when he was the president of the United States. It doesn't get more serious than this. This is a criminal conspiracy. The evidence is clear there's a criminal conspiracy here, and nobody is above the law.
Well, we have particular vulnerability, do we not, for John Brennan, who testified before Congress. The allegations come from, you know, well-placed individuals that he could have committed perjury, along with others who testified before Congress. Do you see that as one of the main charges that could come out of this grand jury?
That's one of the charges, is perjury. Another charge that I think is most likely is a conspiracy charge, maybe conspiracy against rights under 18 U.S.C. Section 241. And remember, when you have an ongoing conspiracy, when you are covering up that conspiracy, the statute of limitations does not begin to start tolling. And so this is an ongoing criminal conspiracy. The people who are perpetuating this conspiracy are still covering it up. And so, again, I would say to these lawfare Democrats, lawyer up, because justice is definitely coming.
Yeah, weaponizing the intel community against a candidate or an incoming president. We've never seen anything like that before in American history, if that's what the facts end up showing. Mike, as always, thank you so much. And now, runaway drama queens. That's the focus of tonight's angle.